businesses need to change their model in the face of global pressures because they're becoming more and more acute all the time. And what was seen as the Great Recession is becoming the Great Restructuring. And in practical terms, all businesses are facing cost and price pressure in every market they're in, everywhere around the world. And that is driving efficiency, but it's also driving innovation. And we see that day to day in the world of real estate, in the world of operations. So there's this huge pressure there, and it's combined with a huge step forward in the rate of globalization. And we see that in the world of real estate. 2 years ago, half of the capital coming into the UK real estate sector was from outside the European region, was truly global capital. This year, in the first half of the year, 75% of the capital in real estate has come from outside of Europe. So you're seeing it in capital markets, you're seeing it in operations. More and more global companies are running their real estate in a unified way around the world in order to drive those efficiency gains. And so decisions that are taken on the ground here, or affect operations on the ground here, are taken in another part of the world. You simply have to have that global perspective if you're going to respond to those global pressures. So, we're seeing it in very practical ways. At the moment, we're leasing the Shard, we're handling the delivery of London Gateway, which is the world's biggest new container port. Those sorts of things need a global perspective. They need access to users and occupiers in other parts of the world. So being global is just a reality of life today. You've got to have that in order to be able to respond. But also in our world, real estate is absolutely a local thing. You've got to have boots on the ground. And for a lot of UK companies, the pressure has been on to internationalise, to exploit the opportunities we're seeing in international markets. And that means you've simply got to have the capability to set up and to deliver, whether it's supply chains or operations or retail stores or R&D centres in other markets around the world. You've got to have that capability on the ground. So all of those pressures, the pressures of the Great Recession, are driving efficiency gains, and they're driving the need to have this global perspective. Beyond that, though, we recognise there are some global pressures facing humankind that you wouldn't describe solely as business pressures. And the pressure is on to find and develop sustainable means of operation, environmentally sustainable as well as economically sustainable. Now, I personally believe that business has a fundamental role to play in helping solve those big challenges. I believe business can find a solution. Small example, last year we helped retrofit the Empire State Building to improve its energy performance. Now that was under cost pressure, but it was also in relation to the need to respond to the sustainability agenda. And so far that retrofit has delivered something like $15 million of cost savings. So, retrofitting the existing stock is a big challenge for all of us. But I do believe that enormous global challenge, business can lead the response. Well, real estate can improve business performance in all sorts of ways because it's the heart of all businesses' operating model, even if you're going to multi-channel means of servicing your market. And for a typical business, a service business, real estate probably accounts for 10 or 12% of your total cost. But that's kind of the wrong way to look at it, because it's not about real estate, it's about the workplace. It's about people, it's about technology, and it's about the setting in which they work. And if you look at it like that, that's about 70% of total operating cost. And as we were talking about, the pressure is on constantly to find ways of operating more efficiently. So there's a pressure on all of this to do it better, to look at operating portfolios at a national level, around the world and to drive efficiency gains. And there are many ways in which that can be done. But it's also about opportunity, because as we were talking, the pressure is on all businesses to innovate, to find smarter ways of doing things. Now, innovation, we know, occurs in the right setting. If you get the right group of people together, working in the right way and the right sort of environment, you're more likely to encourage innovation. That's to do with the workplace. So, seen like that, real estate is fundamental. We were also talking earlier about the huge opportunity for UK businesses to exploit opportunities internationally by going into fast growth markets in other parts of the world. Now, for them to do that, that means having a presence on the ground. That means having supply chains that reach those markets, having manufacturing facilities that might be out there already, having points of sale and distribution that are there, having service operations, having R&D centres. You can't do all of that without understanding how real estate can be delivered efficiently to maximise those operations. So whether it's responding to cost pressure, or dealing with the need to innovate, or exploiting new opportunities in international markets, real estate in the workplace is absolutely central.